Hey guys, it's the Movie Buff Pains and we're back again with another haul video. Sorry this one is so very late. It's almost November and we're finally recording our September haul, but better late than never, I guess.
Yep.
So we got a bunch of stuff to show you guys, some DVDs, label stuff, a bunch of TV shows, lots of cool stuff, so we'll just go ahead and dive right in. First DVD, this is kind of my attempt to complete this series in our collection, and that is Children of the Corn Revelation. If I'm not mistaken, this is the only Children of the Corn movie that I don't own yet, so probably won't be good, but hey, at least we have them all, right?
Now that you bought it, they'll do a complete collection Blu-ray set or something.
Oh, probably.
Next, we've got The Kill Hole with Chadwick Boseman, and it's very easy to tell that this DVD was put out right around the time that Black Panther came out because that's what they capitalize on the cover right there.
Mm-hmm. And then we have The X. Has a pretty good cast. I'm excited to check this one out. And then we have a fairly new release here with Bella Thorne. It's Infamous. I hate when new release movies come out on DVD, but what can you do?
Then we'll go ahead and dive into some of our label pickups. We got some Scorpion releases here. First one is 315.
You have Nashville Girl.
Mom.
Another release with Chuck Norris, The Delta Force. I feel like they've been putting out a lot of Chuck Norris lately.
They have, actually. They really have. DEFCON 4.
An Edgar Allan Poe tale, The Mask of the Red Death. Heard pretty good things about this one, so looking forward to it.
Death Wish 3.
And I just got the second one from Shout Factory, so good to complete the trilogy there. And then we have a Paul Naschy film, The Fury of the Wolfman. So lots of good stuff from Scorpion.
Yeah.
I hadn't realized I had bought so many from them in that month. Next we have some pickups from Arrow Video. First one being Black Rainbow. I know next to nothing about this movie, but it has Rosanna Arquette in it, so it should be decent. This one I've heard some good things about, and that's Why Don't You Just Die? And then we have another 4K release from Arrow. Unfortunately, they didn't get the slipcovers made in time, so they just decided to axe that part of it, which is really stupid because it doesn't look great without one.
Yeah.
But that is Pitch Black with Vin Diesel. From what I remember, this is a pretty decent movie.
Yeah, it's entertaining.
Kind of an odd choice for 4K from Arrow, but hey, I'll take it. I like when labels jump on the 4K train. And then we have a pretty cool box set here. This has two adaptations of the Graveyards of Honor story, and one of which is by Takashi Miike, and I've been really into his filmography lately, so looking forward to diving into that set. And I think this was either sold out or very close to when I bought it, so pretty cool.
Yeah. Next we have a Kino release, and that is Nosferatu. We've actually been trying to get our hands on this one for a while, so we're really happy to finally get it, especially with its slip box.
Yeah, definitely one we needed in the collection. Then we have some Shout Factory titles here. First one being Freak Show. Heard some good things about this one, so looking forward to it. Then I got this one from Hamilton Book. It was like $2 or $3. It's a documentary about Bruce Lee called I Am Bruce Lee. Should be pretty interesting. And for only $2 or $3, can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
And this is another relatively new release from Shout Factory, and that is True History of the Kelly Gang. Heard this one's pretty good.
It's got a pretty good cast to it, too.
Yeah.
Then we've got Heavy Traffic. This is a Ralph Bakshi film that I was really interested in picking up. I'm rather just curious about his films overall because they're a lot more adult-oriented for animated films, so definitely checking that one out.
Yeah, that one's going out of print, so I picked it up for him.
Then you just mentioned this one a minute ago, and that's Death Wish 2.
Another one that's going out of print, so pick it up while you can. The next two are limited to 1,000, I believe, on Shout Factory's website. A couple of Roger Corman produced films. First one is Attack of the Crab Monsters.
Sounds amazing, honestly.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. All of these Roger Corman ones usually are. And then the other one is Death Sport. So I had to pick this up while I still could. I think the first two that they released that we got last month, back in August, are already sold out.
Wow.
So if you're interested in any of these, definitely check them out. And then another new release from Scream Factory, and that is Baba Yaga Terror of the Dark Forest. Don't know anything about it, but Sometimes you can find some gems in these kind of like indie horror productions that come out from Shout Factory, so looking forward to it. And I got a couple more Scream Factories that are going out of print. First one is a double feature with The Beast of Hollow Mountain and The Neanderthal Man. I always have to be sure to snatch these up as soon as they say they're going out of print because they get expensive fast. And the other one is Eve of Destruction. And speaking of titles going out of print, this one was pretty much a white whale for us. I had kind of accepted that I was either going to pay tons of money for it or just have this gaping hole in my Scream Factory collection, which you guys may know I'm trying to collect all of them. And yeah, this was a hard one for me because this one went out of print, I think before I even started collecting Scream Factory.
Really early on.
Yeah, and it was due to a rights issue with a special feature, I believe, which is so silly. But they finally, I think they just took that special feature off the set and were finally able to re-release it all of these years later, and I'm super happy about it, and that is the Vincent Price collection.
Now we have all 3 volumes.
Yes, we do. And this looks like a great collection of films. Vincent Price, of course, one of the all-time greats in horror films. You've got The Pit and the Pendulum, which is one I've wanted to check out for a long time. I love Edgar Allan Poe stories. And then you also have another version of The Mask of the Red Death, The Haunted Palace, The Fall of the House of Usher, The Abominable Dr. Phibes, if that's how you say it, and Witchfinder General. So 6 movies. I think this was only maybe like $55. Definitely grab it while you can, because now the other 2 Vincent Price collections have gone out of print. So I imagine that this probably has a short shelf life as well. So pick it up while you actually can, and I think it'll be well worth your time. And I'm looking forward to diving into these movies finally. Alright, continuing on with the label stuff, next we have a couple from Mondo Macabro. I like to order these as soon as they go up for pre-order lately, just because they're fun numbered editions. And they usually have different cover art, which is cool too. And you get them, I want to say like 2 months before the retail versions, which makes it worth it. The first one is called Sins of the Flesh, and I actually got number 107 of 1,000. I think that's probably the lowest number I've gotten from Mondo. Pretty cool. And then the next one is 7 Women for Satan. 2 films that you want to show to your mother. And I got number 110 on that one. So pretty cool. Next we have some new releases from Severin Films. Gotta love the random depravity that you get from them. First one is Massacre in Dinosaur Valley. And they've been doing a really nice job with their slipcovers lately.
They have.
Kind of stepped up their game. I think Vinegar Syndrome has made everyone try to do a little bit better, try to keep up. And then the next one is Primitives. And I'll let Andrew show the next one.
I was excited for this one to show up. One of the many films to come out of the era as a spin-off, though this one is more of an actual just full-on rip-off. It's an unofficial entry in the Jaws franchise, and that is Cruel Jaws, or better known as Jaws 5.
I gotta love those Italian rip-off films.
And you have to love that that is the exact same shark on the front that they use in like all the actual Jaws artwork. Like, they're very much a rip-off.
Yeah, total rip-off.
I can't wait to watch this one.
Me either. I'll show the back of this one as well. But yeah, you gotta love how Severin goes out of their way to do these totally illegal slipcovers as well, because underneath you don't have the awesome Jaws art, you just have more of a theatrical looking poster for it. You gotta get those while you can, because they have to make them very limited so they don't get a cease and desist order to not release them. But yeah, it's always a fun addition to the collection. Next up, I got a bunch of new stuff in from Vinegar Syndrome. First one being Grave Robbers. This is one of their Vinegar Syndrome titles for the month that I got in the package, as well as Killing Birds. This one is also known as Zombie 5. And then we have Memorial Valley Massacre. And then this one is one of their team-ups with AGFA, and that is Sometimes Aunt Martha Does Dreadful Things. I actually picked this one up on DVD during one of their sales not too long ago. Never got around to watching it, but now I have it on Blu-ray, so why not? And another AGFA title, that is Limbo. Heard good things about this one, so looking forward to it. I feel like every month they're just adding more of these partner labels and releasing them all with slipcovers, so I feel like I have to pick them up. But hey, you can't go wrong with these. They're usually putting out pretty good titles. This is a new partner label called Fun City Editions, and their first release is Alphabet City. And this is another one I've heard some really good things about, so looking forward to it. And then we have the latest VSA release, and that is Spellcaster. These of course aren't included in the subscription, but they do give you a discount if you're a subscriber. And I got number 51 of 4,000, so pretty cool.
Then we've got Vestron's 2 newest releases. First we've got Little Monsters. This is a real fun classic, and we actually watched this not too long after getting it. Mm-hmm. And yeah, just a real enjoyable film. Yeah,
I never saw it when I was a kid. I probably would have liked it a little bit more if it had that nostalgia factor, but I could definitely see why people enjoyed it. And the Savage Brothers were very cute.
Yeah. And then we also got Shivers from David Cronenberg.
Yeah, I'm very happy to see this finally got a US release. I've had the Arrow UK release for quite a while, and I watched it a while ago, but definitely due for a rewatch. Can always go for some good old body horror from David Cronenberg.
Then we've got the latest title from the Paramount Presents line, and that is Roman Holiday. This was another one we watched pretty quick after we bought it, I think. And neither of us had seen this before. I really enjoyed it myself. I thought it was a great film. So excited to have finally seen this.
Next we got a bunch of Twilight Time titles, most of which I got from Hamilton Book. This one, however, I picked up from Screen Archives because I really have been wanting to see all of Paul Schrader's filmography, and this is one that Twilight Time had, and that is Autofocus. This is another movie that I've heard nothing but good things about, and making this video is making me realize just how overwhelmed I am by my watch list all the time, but yeah, I'll get around to it at some point. It's got Greg Kinnear and Willem Dafoe, so I'm sure this will be great. So yeah, the rest of these I got from Hamilton Book, which was really awesome. I think the most expensive one was maybe like $8 or $9. So it's been a really cool way to fill in some of the gaps in the Twilight Time collection while we still can. So first one is Hussy,
The Chairman,
The Big Fix,
Carla's Song,
The Yellow Handkerchief,
In My Country,
and the last one is Pinup Girl. So again, just a really easy and cheap way to add a bunch of Twilight Time to our collection, so that was awesome.
Yeah.
The next one is a new release from Grindhouse Releasing, which I actually thought that they said they were done releasing titles, but maybe they changed their mind, but they finally released a deluxe edition of The Swimmer. And this is, yet again, another film that I've heard great things about that I've wanted to see for a while. And their standard release, I believe, went out of print. It was pretty expensive when I looked into ordering it. But now I'm glad I didn't, because they brought out this 3-disc deluxe edition. It comes with the Blu-ray, DVD, and CD soundtrack. So pretty cool set from Grindhouse Releasing. Looking forward to checking out this film with Burt Lancaster.
And then it's always enjoyable when we add a Criterion title outside of the sales, which is pretty rare, but sometimes good deals come across. I think you said you found this one on Mercari.
Yeah.
And that is Dreams.
Alright, so we're going to move into some of our more standard Blu-ray pickups. First one being Night of the Demons 3. I've really been wanting to watch the series back to back. I love the first film, I've never seen the sequels, so pick this one up with the intention to watch it this October. We will see if that happens, but yeah, at least I have it to watch.
Next we have The Barge People.
Then we have a Shudder original. This one is called Terrified. I talk about this one a little bit in my Everything I Watched in September video if you guys want to check that out. But I will say this was one of the most terrifying movies I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
It was very good, such an interesting story, and some real legitimate scares in there, so definitely recommend this one.
Another Shudder original, and that is Blood Quantum.
And then we have Z. I always enjoy watching these. They're usually at least decent, and some of them are actually real gems, so
true.
Definitely worth checking out if you're a fan of horror, especially of modern horror films. Alright, this next one is another one that I got from Hamilton Book for cheap. It's a double feature that has Darkness and Below. So So let me know if either of those are good. I don't know too much about either of them.
Then we got a bunch of films here that were released by Echo Bridge Entertainment. Those are always fun to pick up. They are some of the most random titles you will ever hear about, honestly. So we'll just go and rocket through these. First up, and this one actually sounds like the most intriguing of the bunch, actually, and that is Killer Tattooist.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. Hopefully it is as fun as the premise sounds.
Then we have Nuclear, Boudica, Rise of the Warrior Queen, The Haunting of Alcatraz, Circus Noel, The Nearest Human Being, Madison, Voodoo Apocalypse, V82 Revenge of the Nitros, and Ill Final Contagium.
So yeah, thank you Echo Bridge for all kinds of randomness to check out.
Yeah.
And I think we have some Echo Bridge titles to show off in our October haul, or whenever we film our next October video, so.
Yeah, it seems like they put out several every month, honestly.
They do. I don't know where they find all these movies, but they finance them and they get them made,
Yeah.
or at least distributed.
They do.
Alright, this next film I've been wanting to check out since the Oscars last year. It was nominated for Best International Feature Film, and that is Corpus Christi.
Like the one movie we didn't see of all the Oscar nominees.
Yeah, and I found it for a decent deal on Mercari, so looking forward to watching it finally.
Next we have Fern Gully, The Last Rainforest. I've been keeping my eye out for these icon slipcovers for a while, and actually you found this one for me on eBay, I think.
Yeah, I did.
So I was very happy to get that.
Alright, next one we got is a new release film, and that is Becky. It was fun seeing Kevin James in a different type of role. It's a really bloody, gory, fun time.
Yeah, really good actually.
Next we have the latest from Kelly Reichardt, and that is First Cow. Absolutely love this one. Definitely recommend checking this out if you like some of her other films.
Then we have The Silencing.
Then we have a new release with Steve Carell, and that is Irresistible.
That one looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, I always like watching him and Rose Byrne, so should be pretty good.
Then we have a Well-Go release, and that is The Legend of Tomarus.
And then Paramount has finally been releasing some catalog titles lately. They're bare bones, but they're only $10, and it's nice to see these movies finally get a Blu-ray release. First one is Vampire Brooklyn. And then we have Private Parts. I wanted to see this one for the longest time. I'm glad they finally released it on Blu-ray. And then we have a Jack Nicholson directed film, The Two Jakes.
Then we have Chuck.
Another Hamilton book pickup. A fairly new release title, and that is Most Wanted. For some reason, Jim Gaffigan is popping up in a lot of direct-to-disc movies lately, kind of random.
Yeah.
And then we have Seventh Moon with Amy Smart. I've heard next to nothing about this, but I remember when I posted that I picked this up on Instagram, a bunch of people were really excited about it, so I'm looking forward to seeing it. It's from the director of the Blair Witch Project, so pretty cool.
Next we have Retaliation with Orlando Bloom, which you do not see him in a lot of stuff lately, so I'm interested to see how he's doing.
And then we have a new release film with Megan Fox, another person that you don't see quite as often lately, at least I don't feel like you do, and that is Rogue. This one looks like fun.
Then we've got Red Shoes and the Seven Dwarfs, an animated film. Watched this one pretty recently, and it was pretty cute. I actually talk about it in one of my latest videos in Andrew's Animation, so you can check that out.
And we have The Secret, Dare to Dream, and one of my favorite films of 2020 so far, and that is Bad Education. This one premiered on HBO a few months ago, and I was absolutely blown away by the performances from Hugh Jackman and Allison Janney. They were both just top-notch, fantastic here. So if you haven't seen it yet, definitely check it out on HBO, and then you can pick up this disc that was put out by Warner Archive.
Really good film. Can't say enough about it, honestly. And yeah, the performances just, wow, blow them out of the water.
Then we have a comedy double feature. Growing up, my dad always loved Chevy Chase, and these were two of his favorites, and I've never seen them somehow. And that is Funny Farm and Spies Like Us.
Then I've been working on getting all the old Dr. Seuss cartoons, and this is the last one I needed, and that is The Cat in the Hat. Then we've also got a new release, and that is Cats and Dogs 3, Paws Unite.
Yeah, I have no idea how that film was made.
No idea, honestly. I was surprised they made one sequel, and that was years ago, and now they've dropped another one.
This is one I've been meaning to pick up for a while. I've heard it's one of the underrated entries in the series, and that is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Beginning. And this is the unrated edition that you can only get through Canada, so definitely had to pick that one up and looking forward to watching it. Alright, next up I have a German Blu-ray that I randomly found in the wild, and that is Bright Star. It's always fun when you find imports locally. And then this one I've been wanting to find at Dollar Tree. I've seen a few people have picked it up there. Unfortunately I haven't found it in my area, but I got it for just a few dollars more on Mercari, and that is The Motorcycle Diaries. And this is another one that's only available in Canada, so excited to finally have this on Blu-ray.
Then we have Final Girl.
And we have 10 by 10. This is another one I got from Hamilton Book. It's only available on DVD in America. I actually got the DVD from Dollar Tree. I watched it and thought it was pretty decent, so I picked up the Blu-ray from Hamilton Book.
Love and Honor.
The Tribe. I remember hearing a lot about this one when it first came out, and I never got a chance to watch it, and then it kind of just faded out, but I picked this one up from Hamilton Book, I think for $5 or $6, so I'll finally get to watch it.
Then I got Season 1 of Sword Art Online. This is actually the UK release because buying this show in America is impossible and super expensive, so I was able to snag this for only $30 from the UK.
The Big Ugly.
Aliens in the Attic.
The Burnt Orange Heresy.
Then we got a few GKids releases. Weathering with You. The Wind Rises. And Children of the Sea.
Orgasmo.
The Amityville Murders.
Max Winslow and the House of Secrets.
Very random pickup.
Yeah, but it's got Chad Michael Murray, so at least we'll have some eye candy in there. The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. This one I've been wanting to see for quite a while. Middle of Nowhere. This one I picked up for the Anton Yelchin collection. Looks to be a pretty good one. It's got a great cast.
One Bedroom. In the Land of Blood and Honey. This one is written and directed by Angelina Jolie.
Radio Flyer. Heard lots of good things about this one, but I've never seen it. And then we have Honey Boy. I actually have a friend on Instagram to thank for this one. It's only available through HMV in the UK, and they don't ship to the US. So he was able to do a trade with me and hook me up with this copy. So if you happen to be watching this, thank you so much. And this movie is amazing, and I'm really happy to finally have it on Blu-ray.
Then we've got some TV on Blu-ray. We have Season 5 of Legends of Tomorrow, Season 4 of Rick and Morty, Season 4 Part 1 of My Hero Academia, Season 1 of Stargirl.
So many DC shows to keep up with nowadays.
Seriously, they just keep making newer ones and newer ones. Like, they'll never end.
Yeah, we'll never catch up.
Season 5 of Outlander, Season 5 of Supergirl, and Season 1 of Veep.
Love that show. So funny. So we're going to end the video with our 4K pickups. I know this one's been a little bit longer, so thanks for sticking with us. First one is Beetlejuice.
Full Metal Jacket.
We have 21 and 22 Jump Street, two of my favorite modern comedies. Lots of fun, especially the first one.
Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Superman, Man of Tomorrow.
Hocus Pocus.
Can't wait to check that one out this Halloween.
Yeah, always watch that on Halloween night. And then Home Alone, one that we tend to watch on Christmas Day, actually.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The Goonies. Sherlock Holmes and Sherlock Holmes Game of Shadows. Batman Hush.
This is one I was surprised we didn't have on 4K yet. We found it for quite a while, but hadn't upgraded to the 4K. And that is Man of Steel. Really good DCEU movie.
Yeah.
And last but certainly not least, one of my favorite films of all time. Really excited it came out on 4K. I'm going to have to give it a watch soon. Probably in November, because that's kind of when I start to get in the mood to watch more like award-winning and award-nominated films. But that is Whiplash. And if for any reason you guys haven't seen this yet, you absolutely need to give it a watch. Turn our video off and go give it a watch.
Seriously.
Well worth your time. Fantastic performance from J.K. Simmons. And somehow Damien Chazelle made a movie about drumming into kind of a psychological thriller. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. Great movie. So that is everything we picked up. It was quite a lot, so I guess you guys can kind of see why it took us so long to sit down and record this video. Again, sorry it's so late, but we're happy to do it for you guys, and I thank you guys for watching and for all of your support as always.
Yeah, thanks for sticking with us through that video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and we will see you on the next one.
See ya.